Hello everyone, I am Sandip Patil and today I'll tell you or we'll discuss the question, what are your hobbies? Friends, before I start telling you, there are two types of questions asked in an interview. What are your hobbies or what are your areas of interest? Maximum students don't understand what does it mean. First, the question, what are your hobbies, means he wants to talk which are your favorite pastime activities. And when he is asking you what are your areas of interest, he wants to ask you about that apart from your best pastime, what other things you like to do whenever you have the leisure hours. So you should prepare these both questions separately, or if you are mentioning them in your resume, you must mention them separately or mention either of them. Or if you are mentioning both, then you must be able to understand that what you are writing, and if whatever you write in your resume, you are answerable to those things. So while you are preparing your resume, be very conscious about. I'll tell you in a separate video that how to prepare the best resume. I'll tell you the format of that. So now come back to the question, what are your hobbies? See, why this question is so important when an interview takes place. Now, on an average, every student is asked this question, that what are your hobbies? Why the interviewer wants to know about your hobbies? What happens? Your hobbies are going to be of the kind which shows or reflect your personality. For example, if a student says that riding bike is his hobby, if he says that watching horror movie is his hobby, though it is not good to speak like this, but suppose you speak it something, then it shows or reflects your personality to the interviewer, and then he calculates in his mind that what kind of human being or personality you are having, and on that your rejection is also possible. So be very conscious while you are speaking your hobbies. See what happens, while you are saying that my hobby is reading newspaper, as soon as you finish it, he'll ask you, the very moment you finish it, he'll ask you the question, what were the headlines of the today's newspaper? Now if you are faking it, you're lying it, so you would get caught the very moment you speak it. So in an interviews, this is the thumb rule, that you must not lie. If the very moment he catches you that you are lying, you would be rejected, believe me. Many a time what happens, some certain things we just speak it out just to create an impression. I have seen many students, they speak, suppose the person is asked, what are your hobbies? He starts saying, traveling is my hobby. Then the interviewer asks, okay, so how many places have you traveled? Then the student, the other side, is not able to reply him impressively. He says that last time I visited Jaipur, and then he asks you question, what was most fascinating thing for you in Jaipur? He says the paintings. Now you simply believe that how silly it sounds. You visited Jaipur because why this has happened? Because traveling is not your hobby. So while you are giving reply like what are your hobbies, speak genuine things. And there are certain do's and don'ts of these hobbies also. While you are going for it, you should not rather speak like watching TV serials is my hobby. Watching movies is my hobby. Surfing on net. These may create a problem to you. And suppose you don't have the hobby. No, it happens in many a times. Many a times students don't have the hobbies just like one which can create the impression. So in such condition, I suggest them to speak simply like, just to pass the question, simply speak it like, watching, not watching exactly, listening songs and singing sometimes is my favorite pastime. So you can go for something like this to avoid further questioning on that. So this can be done, and apart from this, you can speak if you are asked what are your areas of interest. So apart from your favorite hobby, you should speak like my hobbies are this and that. If it asks you separately, then you'll go for speaking like my areas of interest are I play cricket, I play chess, or other things, depends up to your nature, your personality. Sometimes I spend few hours, few minutes or some time in garden, cooking If the girls are there, if they are good in cooking, they should speak my cooking is my hobby. If you know, and you have something which can correlate to your job, then that is the best thing. To speak it, to correlate. If it correlates to your job position, then it will surely create a very good impression. So take care of these all such things while you are applying the question, what are your hobbies, and best of luck. Thank you.